According to the World Animal Foundation, every year over 6.5 million dogs, cats, and other household pets are surrendered to animal shelters. They also report that only 4 million find a home each year, leaving the other 2 million in shelters. Imagine being one of those animals waiting for a second chance that will never come. Many of us care about animal welfare, yet we may not realize how choosing to adopt instead of shop can save lives and improve the well-being of animals, while also benefiting our own lives. As someone who owns a purebred and has researched the struggles of shelter animals with the benefits of adoption, I'm passionate about finding solutions that make a real difference for these animals and their future owners. Through this speech, I will point out what I have discovered about adopting and not shopping for animals. First, I will explain how adoption addresses the overpopulation crisis and euthanization. Then I will discuss the health and cost benefits of adopting from shelters. Finally, I will show how choosing adoption supports ethical practices and gives many animals a second chance at life. Let us start with how millions of animals enter shelters across the United States. According to ASPCA, American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, approximately 6.3 million pets are placed in shelters annually. But sadly, around 920,000 of them are euthanized due to lack of space and resources. This happens because there are far more animals in need of homes than there are people willing to adopt them. Shelters become overcrowded and hard choices must be made. In addition, by choosing to adopt from a shelter, you are directly saving a life and making space for another animal in need. For every pet adopted, one less animal faces the risk of being euthanized simply due to overcrowding. Research shows that increased adoption rates significantly reduce euthanization numbers. For example, campaigns like Clear the Shelters have led to tens of thousands of animals being placed in loving homes instead of being put down. Overpopulation does not just affect shelter conditions, it impacts the quality of life for animals. Many animals face starvation, illness, or injury before they even make it to the shelter. Imagine walking into a shelter and seeing animals behind bars, each one hoping for a second chance. When you adopt, you give them a future they might not have otherwise. Now that we have seen how adoption addresses the crisis of overpopulation and euthanization, let us explore how adopting animals can benefit the health and your wallet. It is important to keep animals healthy. With adoption from a shelter, it's beneficial for you financially and health-wise. Shelter animals are often healthier due to mixed breeding. Mixed breeding animals have fewer genetic health issues compared to purebred animals, which often suffer from conditions like hip dysplasia, respiratory problems, and heart disease. This is my English bulldog, Chubbs, and he is a purebred, and he has many health issues that follow along with this. He has breathing issues, and he has many skin issues from his wrinkles. Not only that, most shelter animals come with vaccination and medical care. Shelters provide essential care such as vaccinations, spaying or neutering, and basic medical checkups before adoption. Another plus of adopting one are fees are significantly lower than buying from breeders or pet stores. The average cost of adopting a pet ranges from $50 to $200, while buying from a breeder can range from $500 to over $1,000, depending on the breed. Adopting a healthy pet means fewer vet bills. With Chubbs, we have to take him to get a steroid shot, which causes money every 3 months. Starting with a healthy animal reduces the risk of expensive treatments for hereditary diseases common in purebred pets. Now that we have discussed the practical and health benefits of adoption, let us finally explore how adoption supports ethical practices and gives many animals a second chance. Many breeders prioritize profit over the welfare of animals. Animals in puppy mills, for example, are often in poor conditions, lacking food, water, and basic medical care. And females are often overbred, leading to health complications and shorter lifespans. In addition, adopting from shelters reduces the demand for breeders. When more people choose to adopt, it discourages profit-driven breeding practices. Instead, it directs resources and attention towards homeless animals and shelters. The Humane Society of the United States reports that adoption directly decreases the demand for breeding and pet stores. Adopting is a compassionate choice that changes lives. You become part of the solution by giving an animal the life it deserves. Furthermore, from this, you will inspire others to follow your example. Seeing a happy adopted pet in a loving home encourages others to consider adoption instead of buying. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the power of choosing adoption over shopping. In conclusion, adopting animals from shelters not only addresses the crisis of overpopulation and euthanization, but also provides health and cost benefits and supports ethical practices by giving animals a second chance that might never have one. The next time you or someone you know is looking for a pet, I urge you to visit a local shelter. You have the chance of not only saving a life, but to experience a unique joy to giving an animal a home. Share this message with others and remind them, adopt, don't shop. You wanted me